What's up, guys? My name's Colin. We got Charlie, we got Jay, Oreo, and Josh. And this is my new channel called People I've Met. I'm a videographer and DJ and stuff, and I've got a little bit of a weird life. I sort of end up all over the place and meeting lots of cool, different, interesting people. So I decided I kind of want to start collecting their stories. And this was a completely random occurrence. I had no idea what these guys were doing. But apparently they've kind of like blown up online, and they've been doing this skateboard trek across America from coast to coast, starting in California. And they just made it in Times Square. And my friend Charlie called me and was like, "I'm with them. Come over, bring your gear." And so here we are, and we're gonna talk. We're gonna find out a little bit more about them.
He called me. He called me. It was like synchronicity in the time. And I told him. I remember him telling me that he wanted to do something like this. So I just told him to come over and just start the dream.
This is some camera equipment for sure. I love it, bro. It's
I know.
sick.
I'm gonna make this more manageable in the future. But
No, this is
inaugural
perfect.
episode. You know, it's like
Yeah, this is perfect, bro. It's so sick.
yeah. All right, cool. Well, yeah. I mean, go ahead and before we get to what you're doing, like, how'd you guys meet? Where are you guys from? Like, kind of a little bit of your background.
Yeah. Oh, we met off a friend, a mutual friend.
Mowgli.
His name is Mowgli. He does like videos. He's a skateboarder and everything like that in Bakersfield. And we just were one day, me and Mowgli were meeting, and they were planning something as well to meet up. So we all just linked up in like Chinatown in down in Los Angeles downtown.
Yeah.
And then that's when I first met him. I just seen him like hopping off a train, and then I was like, "Yo, what's up?" Like he just introduced himself, and then it was just that's how we kind of met. We just started skating in Chinatown, just hanging out. It was good vibes. Everything was like perfect. It was cool. There was nothing bad to say at all. And yeah, so shout out to Mowgli for linking us up.
They're just like instant homies.
Yeah, just
Yep.
instant homies.
Just like random meeting.
It was like 5 years ago.
Hell yeah.
5 years ago, and then within that time of 5 years of knowing each other, like we kept in contact. Like we'll text each other here and there, but within that 5 year period, like we only like saw each other like 4 to 5 times. So we weren't like constantly like linking up or talking like that, but it was always this good energy all the time.
So when did you guys start skating?
I started skating when I was 9 in like Paramount, California. That's what my little town was. It was right next to Long Beach.
Yeah.
And then I started skating when I was 9, and I quit when I was like 13 to play video games for like 2 years. I was just grinding that for like days in and days out.
Yeah.
And then I started skating seriously again when I was 15, and I'm 25 right now.
Yeah.
So it's been like about like 10 years, I think.
years,
10 years. I took it seriously again. So yeah, shout out to my homie Jason for hitting me up on Xbox for telling me to come skate. Yeah.
How about you?
I started like really skating when I was like 15. Like I got my first board when I was 9 from my grandma. She found it in a gutter. But like, yeah, I just like rode it a few little bit of times in the driveway and accidentally like Chinese nollied on a crack in my driveway. And yeah, I was like wondering where that feeling was of like having the board like come up to your feet and like catching it. I could never like re-find it until I was like 15.
15, you said?
Yeah.
That's so crazy, bro. Like, I think in this whole trip, we started realizing how like similar in different ways we are. Because he just said he started skating at 9. I started skating when I was 9. He started like reconnecting stuff when he was 15. And like, it's kind of the same for me. And we have like different similarities in different ways too. Like we're talking about like our aunts. They both passed away from like cancer, and they're both named Gloria.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was insane. I'm not sure if I'm wearing. Oh yeah,
Shout out the Glorious.
yeah. Shout out to our Thea Glorious. But yeah, when we found out about that, Oreo like saw these and where were we in California still?
Yeah, we were in a Safeway, I believe.
Yeah, we're in a Safeway on this trip, and then we saw these like cancer. It's like breast cancer awareness, and then we just bought them. We both bought them each. That's when we first found out. We're like, yo, your aunt died of cancer or something, and then we just kind of like just got these. And we're like just tripping out, like what the heck, like you know what I mean? That's kind of crazy. And then just hearing him saying about like skating at 9 and reconnecting at 15. I just found out about that right now.
Dude, it's crazy. Like I've had and heard, and the more I talk about it, the more I find out that like so many people have those experiences. Like, just makes you wonder. you know, how much of it is super random, or like there's just no way after a point, right? I don't know.
Yeah, dude.
But you guys have like the same birthday too.
Damn near, we're the same age.
I was gonna say because I asked you earlier how old are you? You're both like 25.
Both 25. He's a month older than me.
Yeah, just a little like 30 days or something.
Yeah, something like that, dude. So it's crazy. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just, it's a trip for sure.
Meant to be, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Listen, like having a best friend is just fucking.
Yeah.
It's like it's the coolest thing, you know. I feel like everybody's got one, you know. Like
Yeah.
you got like your partner, and then you got like your best friend, you know.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah.
gotta find them both. It's like your.
Someone, yeah, no matter what, I feel like you're just going to find, even if someone doesn't have a friend right now, like, I feel like you just find them without even trying to find them. Like, you just talk to someone.
You just meet somebody. You're like, it's us now. We're the same.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Like I said, I barely even knew him really, and then we did this big trip. Where we didn't even know like much each other about like what he was going through, what I was going through, and we like just had the same. We just love skateboarding. We love skateboarding. We love traveling. We love pushing our limits in a way, and this we're fully okay with being like uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like we both know how like to sleep in the street if we really have to. We both we're just fully accepting of everything, so it's just lined it up perfectly.
Yeah, I just don't think I've ever lit myself on fire though.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well now we got to get into that.
Yeah, I used to, yeah, cause I've been making videos for like 10 or maybe almost 10 years, and I did like little Jackass stunts.
Yeah,
I used to light myself on fire, jump off bridges, doing flips, and then
Little Jackass stunts, just like lighting yourself on fire. You know, the small
with
stuff.
gasoline,
Yeah.
bro. Like it was the crazy.
So the warnings at the beginning, you're just like, fuck that. Like,
And then I'll tape myself on top of cars with saran wrap. Like we're skateboarders in our town, and we just do some crazy things. And I was like the Jackass guy. I was a stunt guy. I didn't really like talking on camera.
Yeah.
I was shy.
Yeah.
And I had 3 other buddies, and one of my buddies was to be the face of the YouTube channel. And I would just be like the guy who was like, I'm down to do anything. And then we'll get clips in the street. We'll just stack some clips and then incorporate that with the crazy things and our personalities.
so you've been kind of doing like, I hate the word content, but like that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
content, yeah.
Content for, I know it's descriptive, but it's just so
Yeah, not,
soulless.
yeah, I feel that.
But
yeah.
you've been making videos and you've been out there as like somebody online documenting your crazy antics for a while.
for a long time.
So it wasn't
yeah.
like the first thing this time.
Yeah, I always wanted to be a YouTuber when I was young. And I remember I told my mom, I was like, we're on a hike in Malibu, and I was telling her like, Mom, I'm gonna be a YouTuber. Like I'm gonna make a lot of money. I'm gonna do this. Like I'm not gonna work a job ever. And I was like 15.
Yeah.
And she's like, son, you're gonna have to get a job. Like I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm just gonna keep skateboarding, doing my thing. And then, I mean, years later, I got like hella jobs. Like I went through every job you could possibly think of, bro. Like a pool cleaner, a dishwasher, busboy, like working graveyard shifts, putting boxes in a container, and fast food, everything. And then, yeah, so you went through all that, and then it ends up working out. Like I don't know.
Yeah. And you don't have to get a job, you can figure it out.
Yeah,
It just
yeah.
takes a lot longer. It's like anybody out there who wants to do something cool, fucking do it, man. Just like be prepared for like 8 to 10 years of just keep going, you know. You'll be okay. If you know it's for you, you'll be okay. You'll find your way.
For sure, you will.
So yeah, I guess we'll get into like how you ended up here.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you wanna?
What
I'm gonna
inspired?
check one thing. Go.
What inspired you guys to make this decision? Like to really send it, to be like, all right, we're gonna actually tread and film this.
I feel like we both were already like somewhat thinking about it, and cause like coming together at that baby shower or that gender reveal party was like already like a spark enough, and yeah, it didn't necessarily like. It was just real spontaneous for like adventure, to experience life, and to like just see like more of the earth, more of the world, and be on our skateboards, which we absolutely love to be on.
I guess going a little backwards, we kind of came up with this trip because we got invited to a gender reveal party. My friend Mowgli, the one that introduced us, he's having a kid right now, and we both got invited. I didn't know he was going there at all. I had no clue. We all just got invited. Went out there, drove like an hour and a half. He came all the way from San Francisco. I'm pretty sure it was like 3 hours, 4.
It's like 6.
6 hours. Oh shit, yeah, that's a long way. So
It's
yeah,
a
he
solo
drove.
drive.
He drove out with our homie Rick G, and then
Legend.
shout out Rick G, and then we get there. I'm like, yo, like you're just sitting there after. Were you just sitting there when I first saw you? You're
Yeah,
just
you
sitting
walked
there.
up like still waking up
I
from the
was
car ride.
I was waking up because I did a 7-day stream on my Twitch account, and I slept all on stream. It was just nonstop. Did not turn it off. So I slept because I was so tired, and I woke up and I felt like I was still streaming. I was like, oh shoot, because that was my brain process. But yeah, so I get there, I see Oreo. I was like, no way you're here, bro. Like, it's been so long. Like, I haven't seen you. And everyone's just playing volleyball on the side. And he's like, yo. And then we just started catching up, like, about a bunch of things, like, about life and everything. And he brought up, like, a trip I did with my friend Mowgli. He told me, he was like, yo, how it was. And so I did this bike trip from the border in Mexico, Tijuana. And then
love it.
I
Shout out.
biked all the way to the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge with Mowgli, and it was a 600 and plus mile bike ride. It took us a
Holy
week,
shit.
and he brought it up because he wanted to come, but he didn't have a bike to go come do it with us. So he was like, "Yeah, I wanted to go to it," and we just started chopping it about that. And he brought up something. I told him that I wanted to do a cross country, like bike across country. That was my plan. It's like me and Mowgli go on bike across country, take our skateboards, hit skate spots on the way there, and I just always thought of that idea. And then he just brought up the idea. I was like, you ever thought about skateboarding across country? And I was like, yo, I thought of it, but I never like realized how like possible it was until Chad Caruso did it. He's another skateboarder out here in Long Island in New York, and when he did it, it kind of opened up my mind. So within the years waiting, like I just kept thinking like, should I just skateboard across the country? So when he brought it up, I was just like the way he said, like I guess my face lit up. Like
Yeah, dude, it's just so much energy like in that moment that was like just channeled from like excitement.
yeah, and same thing. We're just bouncing. We're just both excited talking about it. Like, yo, what if we do this? Like, would you be down? He's like, yeah. I'm like, no, I'm dead serious. He's like, I'm dead serious too. And then we're just sitting there at this gender
It is one
reveal
of those
party.
things like, are we really doing this?
Yeah, it just felt like me and him at that moment. Like everyone was around us, celebrating, but we're just like, yo, like, and he's like, let's do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yo, was wait, like tomorrow's too soon. And then as the gender reveal's going, we're still just talking about it. We're just throwing little hints, and then we're still enjoying the whole party. And then I think in the end of it, like we just said like, yo, let's text about it more. So he's driving back to San Francisco, and then I'm driving back to my house like an hour and a half away. And then I just texted him. I was like, bro, let's do it in 5 days. And he's like, I'm down. It's just like a simple text from him saying like, for sure, like in a way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, we're about to do this. And it was just insane. So that's how all that came about. And I was just so excited. I was like, I gotta tell people. So I called him. I was like, I'm gonna call him, dude, 444. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, I keep seeing this 444 the whole trip.
Now, what does that mean to you? Like you,
It's angels. There's always angels around. It's like a
And-
reminder of that.
I want to tap into that. Like when I met you guys too, in your journey, you guys are very faith based. I believe in God, I believe in Jesus, and all that. And I appreciate that. You guys shout the walk of Jesus out as much as you can. And did you start off that way in the beginning of the journey, or was it along the way that you started finding more of the walk?
I had found my faith when I was like 15 in juvenile hall. And so I always like knew what it was to like just have a relationship with the Lord, and it was always like on and off. Like I was always 1 foot out the door, 1 foot in. And I feel like this trip really just like allowed me to walk all the way through and just like put everything that I know and believe into Yahweh, Yeshua. And it played a big part, because there was just moments where yeah, there's moments where we just had no clue what was like going to happen. And like the Lord provides from like even not having like places to stay, or not even knowing about where or when we'll get to a place or where we will stay, or even like just someone bringing us food in the middle of the desert.
Bro, some guy pulled over and got us some, looks like some bevs.
I'm Balloonsky.
How's it going?
Yeah,
man.
nice to
So
meet
good
you,
to see you. How's it going?
Y'all want some water?
Yes, yes.
I only got one bottle and some fucking
That's fine, we'll split
ice
this.
picks, though.
Dude, thank you so much. What's up, brother?
Jay, right?
Yeah, Jay.
Joey, homie.
Nice to meet you, Joey. Heck yeah, man.
meet you.
Nice to meet you. Hi. Yes, bro. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hi, nice to meet you as well.
That's
Jay.
my daughter, yeah.
Nice to meet you. Later, brother. Later. Bro, we got blessed up like so many times. Like it was a car, another car came, and a third car came. They gave us so many waters. Like, oh my gosh.
When we had like 130-mile stretch of like just pure nothingness, no gas stations, no food stores, I learned that God will place love on people's heart, and it's up to the people to choose whether or not they're going to act on that love. And so any form of love comes from Yahweh, and it's just us as people, we're being characterized by like our own minds to be shaped and formed into different ways, whether or not like it's good or bad. We always have the choice to choose love. And so yeah, that's what this trip taught me, is to just completely step all the way in and just let God do what God wants to do. Because man plans and God laughs. Like there's so much that we can try and do as a man, as a woman, as just a person. And like our mind will get so wrapped up on like trying to make everything like happen exactly how we envision it, and then it just doesn't even happen that way. Sometimes it happens completely better.
And you never know what bad thing happened to you that set you up for something perfect in the future.
Going back to what Charlie said, like when I first started this trip, like there's been points in my life where I didn't believe in Jesus, like way before when I was younger. And then, cause I was never really introduced to it as like with my family, no one ever talked about it. So it's like, I just went life, like knowing like, oh, there's nothing out there. Like we're just going to die. And then, as I got older, I started believing more in God because I was like going through a lot of like mental battles in my head. And, I think that's the route I kind of chose to make me feel more comfortable. I was like, okay, I'm believing God, and, try to tap into that, like see how that would make me feel. You know what I mean? I started going to church, and there's times I didn't go to church. But then I think at that moment, I met him around the moment where we met in the gender reveal. Like, I believe in God, like at that moment. And then I just wasn't really like, I wasn't praising him all the time. I wasn't praying. I stopped kind of going to church around that time. And then, while I was going, like I started just doing it kind of for selfish reasons. Like I'm trying to get to point A to point B. Like I'm a vlogging, just live my life, like whatever I want to do. And then as we started going and then talking to him, and like I tell everybody else, like he was kind of that person that kind of like put it in my head about Jesus. And as we're pushing, we're talking a lot about Jesus, and it's kind of like there's a reason why all this happened. Like we chose each other to go with each other. You know what I mean? And he was that person to help me to believe more into God, and like see my vision wasn't really full of what Jesus was and why things were happening. He would have put that in my head, like this is happening because of this, and look at it as this. You know what I mean? Change your perspective. It's all about perspective. And I would start doing it as I'm pushing, and I would question a lot. And then we would just have random moments, exactly how he said. Like we'd be in the middle of the desert, we have no water, and we're sitting under this bush trying to get a little shade, and it's hot as hell, and you're just like, dude, how are we gonna get water? I'm hungry. And he'll be like, he's like, life's gonna take care of us, the Lord's gonna provide. Someone just pulls up randomly as we're talking about it, bunch of waters, Gatorades, all this stuff, and I'm just like, I look at him, I'm like, dude, what is going on? So as we started getting closer and closer to the destination, especially like California, Arizona, that was like a huge awakening to like this, like Jesus and himself in general. Like I started realizing like, oh, this is not just coincidence. Nothing is not a coincidence at all. Like we're doing something for a good cause. And I believe like Jesus wanted to use me, but use both of us, but like use me for the platform I was building. That platform I build, Like he wanted to use me to push it out there. And like when we're sharing the word of like Jesus or whatever we can, like, yeah, I think he was using me like to do that, push it out to more people out there to have more hope. And I started realizing that as I kept pushing and pushing. So it was more than just point A to point B. It was more just like share experiences and enjoy your time doing this, and just talk to the people that you come across with, hear their story out, and maybe you can impact their lives and they can impact other people's lives. And everyone we came across, like there's all been good energy. Everything was all in good hands, and I never felt afraid of someone or felt worried of meeting a stranger, because that stranger has always just been like family. In the end of the day, after we leave, it's always hard to say goodbye. It was always hard to say goodbye to someone, hug them, and be like, we're gonna keep trekking, bro. We'll keep watching the journey.
It's just random souls that you encounter, and
it was
you
all
wonder how much
because-
they needed you too at that moment.
It was all because Jesus all put us together, and he helped us out in many ways, more than we ever knew. And yeah, so that's what, like, that's kind of what my perspective was of Jesus before. Like, it started from really nothing to like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean?
Who was the first person you met that made you feel that way? Do you remember?
First person. Do you have a first person in mind?
Or maybe just any particular
Yeah, you don't
standout,
have to,
somebody in
yeah.
your who
Like
stands
as
out.
far as like the feeling like connected to.
Was there
it,
anybody
in-
along your
in a
Or in
journey that
general.
stood out to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like Echo,
Echo, yeah.
because like that was the first person to like just allow us into like their home.
Well, first it was Knops.
Oh yes.
Yeah, the first person to help us out was my friend. My childhood friend since I was like 8, 9. He lived in like exactly where we stopped. And I called and I was like, bro, we need a place to stay. And he was like, I got you. He picked us up, made us some food.
awesome.
But yeah, and then I think it was Echo, the next person to let us stay there, no?
Yeah. And like yeah, you're able to like feel just like the folks' genuine love of like just wanting to like help in like any way that they could. And like that was a tremendous like act of genuineness to just invite somebody into your home that like you barely know. Like yeah, they've seen like what's on the videos, so then they're able to like kind of have an idea of like what we're doing and our hearts by like how we express through the videos. And so like that helped. Each and every day has brought like a sense of like closeness within ourselves too, because then these people tell us parts of their lives and their story that like we may have never like encountered other than like hearing that. And so like that can like help understand parts of who we are. And so it's all like just these different people as like different puzzle pieces, as such as we are part of all of that puzzle, to like step back and like reveal the whole picture of what's trying to be shown. And it's just like act of love and kindness.
You know what's interesting I'm thinking about is how most religions, I'm not like a scholar of this, but I'm pretty sure most religions have a story of like a pilgrimage, like a great journey across a dangerous territory or some kind, something treacherous, something uncertain. Like in Islam, they do like the trek to Mecca, right? And like it's interesting, like how like in your guys', I guess, reality world, like it's Jesus or God, and I think all these it could be like whatever they worship. And I don't know much about Hinduism, but or Islam. Like I think all of this stuff comes from. I just think it's important to say too that I think all like no matter what, whoever's watching this who might not be Christian or whatever faith system you have or don't have, I say the universe, you know what I mean? I because I feel what you're talking about, I just don't call it that. But I don't want to put any lines between people, because I think we all experience this, and I think all the religions are talking about the same thing at its core. And like what you guys are describing is like what Christianity like should be, is like the acts of kindness and going out of your way to help others, and like those kind of things, which are all too often like forgotten by like the modern incarnations of institutionalized religion. So it's really nice to see somebody like practicing like the actual core tenets, of like a belief system.
Yeah, just human beings in general, like just people, like whatever they believe in, it's okay. You know what I mean? Like I used to always say the universe too. I still say it. You know what I mean? Because I'm like brand new to everything. I'm still learning as I go, and then it was pretty risky for me in a way to like it wasn't really like a risk, but it was like, since I got that audience, I built so big, I took like this big faith to like post about it, and knowing that people all over the world are gonna judge. Like,
I get what you mean. Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
even till this day, after I finished, like people are still giving me like a bunch of like crap about like just posting about Jesus. They're like, thank God this guy stopped posting because I don't want to hear this Jesus stuff no more. And like, you know, there's still like, I took that risk to like put my whole belief and all my life on to millions of people, and everyone can think what they want to think. And I think, yeah, that's just one of the risks I took. And I was like, this is what I believe in. I'm just going to push it out there. And, you know, people have their own perspectives, which is okay. Yeah. Like, I still love everybody, bro. Whatever they want to do, whatever they want to believe. Yeah. And, yeah, it was definitely a risk for sure. But there was, I mean, I felt like I made the right decision by just pushing my belief out there. Yeah. And yeah, I'm just hyped I did that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everyone feels love at some point in their life, from whether it's being taken care of by their elders, whether it's just experiencing that through like having children, or whether they do that from their passion. So that's what all of it is. Through all religions, through all walks of life, folks are just trying to understand what love is. And so that love has just, in today's age, been titled through the universe, through God, through Buddha. So it's like you set all these beliefs in a line, and then you just have this flow of energy that goes through each and every one of them, and it's love. Like, love is the highest frequency to emit yourself on. And so it's like, yeah, in a sense, the way that goes in and out of one's heart, one's soul, one's brain looks different for so many different people, because like it's just the uniqueness that creates different situations, to have different conversations, and to use different tones when you're talking to people. And so like that's just the basis. And so the folks that do not label it as anything, they'll still understand where we're coming from, because they know what love feels like. And that's like a base of where we all exist.
Hell yeah. So I wanted to ask, I'm going to go back a little bit. You had mentioned that you already did like a 600-mile bike ride or something.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. So had you done anything like this previously? Have you ever thought about it? Had like an inkling, like a yearning to?
I wanted to do the bike ride. My friend Mowgli had mentioned that they wanted to go across the country. And so like, I mean, that's what.
But like before all that, did you ever think like, I just want to fucking pick up and do something crazy? No. What about it when you heard it like appealed to you?
Just like being in the middle of nowhere with like just myself and whoever's there, you know, and like putting that like because then I knew I would have to put all my faith into God to like take care of me in the middle of a desert that has nothing for miles and miles. And so it was really me just trying to understand more of like who I am, and to break away from all my like habits of me just being at home and cycling through like my drug list of like what was I gonna do that day. And I needed to be free from that. And so I just wasn't running away from myself. It may have felt like that in the beginning, because it's like that addiction still is like being like worked through as I'm like pushing through everything. But the option to like just lay down and like be high for a whole day just wasn't available on this journey anymore. And so that was something that really like pulled me, was because I wanted to like clear my mind of all the drugs I had put inside of it.
Damn. You know, I've heard a lot, like I know there's a lot of people in America and worldwide, but particularly America, I think, like struggling with addiction problems. And like, I totally empathize with it. Like modern society is oppressive and like doesn't value what's really important. I think we all kind of feel that, you know, at a fundamental level. I don't know. I just haven't heard of somebody like dealing with it by just being like, "Fuck it, I'm out. I'm just gonna not." It's just I'm gonna be somewhere where it's not available.
Yeah.
You just deal with it. Like
Because
that's
like
it.
I've been
I'm
to
done.
rehab, you know, and like that I've been to rehab 3 times, three different times, and I mean I left each time like on my own terms. Like I didn't finish the program because I lied to myself saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go and like try and pursue my dreams," but it was not the truth to myself because I just wanted to go and get high, and I was just, you know, came to that breaking point of like there was nothing else to do. Like I've tried to like even I took like 35 pills at one point, just hoping I wasn't going to wake up, and I did, and I felt so just more than rock bottom because it's like how to me my mindset was how are you gonna fail at trying to fail life. And so it was just more than anything that I could ever really like kind of even hold on my shoulders. And so once I woke back up from that day coma, like it wasn't even like it's like I just went to sleep and woke up.
So you didn't like wake up in the hospital or
No.
anything. It just didn't work.
It didn't work. And like there were and again when I woke up I'm just like, well, I'm just gonna go skate. Like that just seemed like the best possible thing for me to do at that point. And so that was another sign that skateboarding saves lives.
Hell yeah. How about you, Jay? What about taking off into the dark unknown was appealing to you?
I just thought it would be fun. I thought it would be pretty fun to do, and I was kind of like,
And that's the perfect balance right there.
The unknown is
I'm like, yeah, I just thought it would be fun to do. No, I mean, there's other thing. I never really struggled with addiction or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, I smoked before when I was younger, and then I don't anything I wouldn't say addicted to, but I do drink, and there's been times in my life where I was just pounding drinks. I'll go to the bar every single day and just like, you know, get drunk and not knowing what I did. But yeah, around that time that I wasn't really drinking too much. Like I try to back off of it, but sometimes occasionally I do. But the whole thing that kind of appealed me to it was it sounded fun, and I was dealing with a lot of things back at home, like battling my own brain because I just overthink so much. And I just felt like I was just going to keep being in a cycle. If I just stay over there in LA, like I'm just going to be in this cycle. And there was something out there that was just like, just for me, like just killing me. I don't know, in a way, like mentally just destroying me. And as happy as I always looked in my videos and everything, like behind the cameras, I was just always like, I was like in bed, like, oh, I got to get up and I got to film and do this. Like, but I love skating has always just helped me to do that. So when we brought this up, I was like, dude, this is perfect. I've never done this before. Like, this is something that's so completely different. Like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? Like, I'm just gonna be hurting, sore. Like, I'm gonna just go through all this pain, and people are just bringing up the weather. Like, it's just gonna be cold. Like, what? Like, how's that gonna stop me from doing what I want to do right now? So I just sent it. I was like, all right, screw it. Let's just go try something out. Like, I'll film it. You know, I like making content, so I'm just gonna film every single day. And you know, didn't think it would blow up at all. I didn't think millions of people were going to watch it on Instagram or thousands on YouTube. So I just thought, like, I'm probably going to get the same views. Like, I'm just going to be chilling. It's going to be a good time. Like,
Yeah.
I have no responsibilities when I go out there. I just go. And plus, I already knew I'll be with him. So I'm like, this is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Learn something else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's wild. And it fucking did blow up, though.
Yeah, it blew up. And yeah, I don't know how. Like,
You're like 400,000 or 500,000 followers. Like 127,000 YouTube.
Yeah,
I think I saw it. I think that's what it was.
yeah, I don't know how that happened. I have no clue, but
Does that, like, how do you, like, is this something, because I'm not like this channel. I just, like, if that, I just, it's something I think about because it's like, what if it did? Like, how does that, I don't know, how does it affect you that, like, hundreds of thousands of people are just, like, watching your life? Like, does that,
it gets hectic. It's hectic. It was super overwhelming at a point because I wasn't used to all those people. And I had like a little fan base in LA, like all the little skater kids and stuff, the skater kids that would recognize me at a park sometimes. But this was like a whole different audience. I'm reaching older people, and these people are a lot more wise. They know things. Some people feel like they know things. So it was love, but in the beginning of all this, bro, it was so much hate. Like a lot
Really?
of people
Why?
were just they're just saying you're not gonna do it. There's no way you're leaving here. There's no way you're leaving California. Like good luck doing this, kid. Like, and they're just like a lot of people were saying that was fake faith and everything. Like, oh, you just stop acting like you believe in God, but you really don't. And they're just like putting all this in my head. And there was a time where I was like, dude, like, why do I feel like this? Why am I letting them get to me? And there was so much hate. And then I even like expressed that to Oreo. I was like, dude, it's like so much. And then so I kind of stopped reading the comments, just kept pushing. And I had some people tell me, I'll express that with some people we met like on this trip. And they'll just be like, bro, you know exactly deep down in your heart why you're doing this. You're doing it for a good cause. And you're trying to find whatever you're trying to find. Like, you know what you're doing deep down inside. Don't let these people dictate your brain or your life, whatever's going to be ahead of you. You know, you're not that person. You know who you are. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Like, it's hectic, bro, having all that. And I don't know. And then the only thing I was kind of going through is like, this is everything I ever wanted, you know, as a content creator, you want to have like a big following. You want to, you know, get all these brand deals, whatever's going on. But in a way I was like, dude, I'm just going to be chilling still. Like, I'm probably going to go back home and feel the same exact way. So really none of the, like all the followers that kind of went up, like it really didn't like make me feel any type of way. I just saw numbers, and it was like, that's all you see is they're just numbers.
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing about social media, right?
Yeah, because
it's like it's cool to know that there are like real people, like real. Somebody might watch this and like really resonate with what you said. Just some of the stuff you said, man. It's like that could be really important, which is why I'm doing this.
That's why I'm happy. Like, in a way, it's like those are just numbers to me. Like when some people would just bring it up, I'm like, yeah, it's sick. But like I know there's real people in there too.
Right.
Like
that's what I was gonna say. The second half is
Yeah.
that it's also like hard, but it's hard because all you
Yeah.
see is a screen name, and you
Yeah.
don't have this face to face.
Yeah, and that's why I kind of feel a little bad with saying they're just numbers, but those number of people in there, there's a lot of people in there that showed mad love. So I'm so happy those people came and followed me. Like the love outdoes all the hate, and as we got closer, it just started waving over that. And then I'm just like so happy. Like those are the people I'm reaching. I'm getting like into my following. You know, those are the people I want. The older people, the younger people, and like whatever it is. Like I just want to keep going. And if it grows, it grows. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I stopped trying to chase money. I stopped trying to chase like fame, whatever it was when I was younger. I used to tell my mom, like, I'm gonna be famous and rich. Like, I used to think that's what's supposed to make your parents happy. I was like, my mom's gonna be so proud of me, my dad's gonna be so proud of me when I have a nice Mercedes Benz, when I have a mansion, have $1 million in my account. And like, I don't have nearly any of that. I don't have nothing, bro. I'm still just like a poor kid, like back at home. But they're so proud of me, and like that just showed me like you don't need all that. You don't need materialistic things to make them proud. My mom and dad cried to me so many times on this trip, and I'm just like, I never needed that stuff. I just needed to do right with my life and like do good. That's it. And to make my dad and mom proud, because my dad, he followed everything I was doing this whole entire time, and he's always been the type that wants me to go be into like the service, go into the Marines or something. And me doing my skateboard things was always kind of like a little like weird in a way for him. But he's supported. But my mom's been fully supportive of everything. So like they just cried to me every time I tell them like, Mom, I'm almost there, and they just tell me how proud they are. So I'm like, okay, this is sick. Like you don't need all this money. Like that's nothing. More money, more problems, bro. I don't want to be really like a big millionaire. Like I really don't no more. Like that's not something I want to chase. Or have a nice car. I just rather just buy a little beater like I've been doing for years off a junkyard, and I slept in my car for 3 years. I lived in it and like just go shower at the beach or at the gyms. Like I'm cool with that. Like still traveling, keep doing that. So
it's really about changing hearts, because there's been some comments that I've seen where people are like, I didn't think you were gonna make this in the beginning, but you have my whole support. And like even comments on saying like I was never like faith-based or anything, and like then there's a belief that's struck there. And in the Bible it says, those who are first will be last, and those who are last will be first in the kingdom of heaven. And God will use the most broken people, the most poorest people, to speak to the hearts of those who need it the most. And that's not to like push any aspect or push any part of a person's soul away from what they feel that they should do, but it's just that there is a truth in love. And by going through this, we are that living example. God used our vessels to show the people what needs to be shown. And like a lot of it wasn't even like us. Like there's times where I'm speaking and like it doesn't even feel like that would be me that says that. And it's something very like powerful and profound that even I learned from. And like many conversations with Jay too, and just having like wisdom being spoken from both of our vessels to each other. Like I can see like the message that is being portrayed from experience, yes, but then there's just that deeper level of communication with one another, with yourself, that can really like change your heart to want to do something better and be more influenced and invested in making acts of love through the vessel. Like even as simple as Jay saying like, I don't want to cuss anymore. Like stuff like that from like somebody who's just been sitting at home, maybe lost in their own mind or lost in their soul and spirit. And then they see the videos and it brings them a sense of joy and it brings them a sense of understanding and like what it is to trust into God, to trust in the universe, to trust into your faith, to trust in who you are and who God is shaping you to be. And that is right there more, it's priceless. Like you can't buy yourself into a feeling of love. Like you have to experience, you have to act, you have to work on who you are. Just like an ollie or a tray flip. Like you can't buy, I was telling Joshua this, like you can't buy a tray flip. You know, like no matter how, like you can come up to me with $20 million and want to buy like someone's skate trick, and like you can't.
Still gotta do it.
You have to put in that work.
Yeah.
And that's meeting God halfway. That's like using, because we've been given this physical vessel, and the way you can keep yourself healthy is by moving that vessel through life. And God will give you guidance if you're open to it, because God will never leave us, but we leave God for the worldly things.
It's interesting. You're echoing a lot of my my own observations. Where it's funny because I'm not. It's not in a religious context, but like, just the idea that like you said, meet God halfway. One thing I tell people when I talk to like younger people and stuff, you know, and is that like you have to. This is just my theory on how everything works. The things we don't understand yet. Mm-hmm. You have to like take a risk toward what you know you're here to do, or toward finding it. And honest, you don't have to know what it is, right? Your goal at the moment, anybody watching, might be to find what you're here for. But there's something holding you back, whether it's a job or it's a relationship. Probably the two most common, fucking with somebody you know you're not supposed to be with, but you're scared of being alone, or you're in a job you hate and you're scared of leaving because, well, how are you gonna have my money? You know, it's fair, totally fair. I get it. And who am I to like judge somebody's situation, finances, and all that? But like, all I will say is that it has been my experience and my interactions with people and in my own existence that you need to do something. Like you have to jump off a cliff at some point, and once you do that, things start to align in ways you didn't expect, in ways that you couldn't guess. Yeah. All of a sudden, like I don't know, maybe you rear end a guy and you end up getting a job from it. Like it's like I've had not that example, but like I've had shit like that happen where it's like like something completely random, just and that was the starting point of a new like path or level or something. So that's kind of the same idea. It's like you have to do something to be like, hey, I'm willing to put it on the line, like, and all of a sudden,
It creates a balance.
Yeah. But that's what like this was too.
yeah.
It's like, dude, like I said, I was a super anxious person, bro. I was super anxious. I'm always just like, this is how my brain works, like that.
Me too. As a
And I'm like, when I met him and then we did this shit, I'm like, more chilled out, a little more chilled out now. And that's how it's like a good balance. Like I'm just everywhere like this, but like when that same what he just said right now is like having that conversation, hearing that almost every single day. It's like it was just like, oh, okay, like relax, just chill. And then when we were pushing too, like I always wanted to push every single day. I wanted to like do brake mileage all the time because that's just like I don't know. I just felt like in my not my soul, but like in my head, I was like, you got to do this. You got to get better.
Like you're like
Yeah, goals.
80
in a way.
miles, 90. Like you got to. Yeah.
And then he'll be like, let's just take today off. Let's relax. Like let's do this. And now I was like, okay, like, that was me like letting go of my past my past little circle. I always do just be anxious and like I always want to just do something. He'd be like, just let go. Let's just do this. And I'll take a day off, no matter how bad that would like hurt me a little bit. Like just breaking past that little cycle I would do all the time myself. Once I broke past that, I let myself just go. I was like, okay, that felt good. Like it felt good to not worry, like just to
Not
let go.
micromanage and not force.
Yeah, not force it. Yeah. So
That's my theory too. Force it. If you find yourself forcing something, you're off the path.
you're off.
You've
yeah.
done something. You have to walk up to things. You have to approach opportunities. You have to work hard. But if you're the good things in life just are easy and simple.
I always try to force things in my life like so bad.
And it never works, right? I've done. I'm just like talking. I do the same fucking shit. I'm just like now lately. I'm just like, okay, fine. You know what I mean? Like fine, and then I end up like here with you guys. Like yeah,
Let's submit.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where I think the ultimate, this idea of faith and religions comes from. It's like whatever you call it or whatever you like. It just this idea that you have to sort of let go and just like do your shit and just have faith that it will like work out.
Yeah, and even expectations too. We learned like not have no expectations. Like this whole trip, we're gonna push into this woods. We don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know we're gonna sleep, but let's just push. And we just like things just start connecting. And I feel like if you have expectations towards stuff, you're already setting yourself up for like failure in a way. Like you're just like, if I expected to have 100 people over there at Times Square and we got there, like that was just me setting myself up. Like if I counted every single, if I looked around, I'm like, there's not enough people here. What the heck? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like ridiculous. And I'm so glad from the start, like the first week of the start, like I didn't expect anything. I was like, I don't care if just one person there when we get there. I don't care if we had no help, if we sleep in the tent. Like, just have no expectations. Let it go. Like, just let go. And I did that. I felt like I did a really good job of that than what my past self would have done. I would have just been freaking out and just having panic attacks all the time, being like stressed out and wondering if I'm doing a good job. And I feel like I did a good job of it.
Was there a moment on the trip where you felt like you were about to crash out, like panic attack, and like when was there a moment, and when, if it did happen, what state were you in, and what hill was that at?
I remember this is when Orio went to New York to fix the boards. I was like by myself, and then I think it was the first day you left when you got dropped off, and then the homie came back, and he was following me up this massive hill, and all day it's just been hills, and I was like, I don't know, I guess it was my first day alone, so I was kind of like, I was still able to go, but I was just like thinking a lot, and I was like experiencing how hard everything was. Like this whole trip, I was always showing people how happy I was, how much fun we're having, and like I was never really showing like how difficult it was, because there's a lot of difficult times that I can't really film because how hard things are. And then yeah, and then I finally I don't know, I got on the phone with someone while I was pushing up this hill, like this huffing and puffing, like I had like 20 more miles, and that's like 3 to 4 hours almost going up a hill. So I was like, do I have 3 more hours of this? So I called someone, I told them, they're like, how you doing? And I was like, this is so hard. And I finally said it. Like I'm like, this is so hard. Like I don't know like what if I could keep doing this. I want to give up. Like I just released all that because I just been building up this with all this optimism. And then I just like started just crying. And then they just kept asking me, are you okay? Okay. I'm like, I'm fine. I just need to release like all this pressure that I have right now because I'm so close to the finish line. And it was in Pennsylvania. Like, yeah, PA. And it got me so bad. And I was just like, I just kept saying, like, I just need to tell someone how hard this is. Because this is not easy. And I'm like, I feel like giving up. And I feel like there's so much on me. And then, yeah, so once I released that, like, it took like 10 minutes and I felt a lot better. And I just pushed, bro. And it felt like I threw my backpack on the floor. Like, I had so much weight off me. I was like, oh my God, that's all I needed. I've been trying to make myself cry in this trip. And it took until Pennsylvania to cry. Yeah. And I was like, yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, you have to. I know it's hard.
It's healthy.
Sometimes I feel the same
it's healthy.
way.
It really was. And I feel like a lot of people need that. Even like men, like when I feel
men especially.
A lot of men feel like they can't cry and stuff. And I don't know. Like I'm glad I could like, even in the end of my last video, the last push, like I was talking about the experience and I started crying. And I'm like, I'm just going to leave it in. And I just started like expressing how it made me feel. And I was like, it's okay to cry. It's okay to let yourself go. Like, it's good for you. It's so good.
What's your vision of staying here in New York? Like, what would you like to do in this process of your journey here? What do you think you're being called to do?
I don't know. I always wanted to be out here. I don't know what it is. I just like it out here. I feel like there's a lot of the skate community out here is pretty sick. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even meeting Mel.
Yeah.
Like dude, even pulling up out there, like I'll be sick to go to her local skate shop or skate park, and then pushing with the people out here, making new family, and the city, cause I love the city. So like, the city life in general is so sick to me, and like, I don't know. I feel, again, there's like no expectations what I could do out here, and I have no plans, but I just feel like being out here is so like, it's so me right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's just something that it could be for a couple months, a year, whatever it's gonna be. Cause I moved to Texas thinking I was gonna be out there for a year. I was only out there for like 3 to 4 months. Moved back to LA. So that could be the same case with this, or it could be like a new home. You know what I mean? Cause it's so big and there's so many people here, and like I feel like we could do a lot for the skate community, keep giving out boards and meeting awesome people like you guys, you know what I mean? Like this is like, I can't be more happier. You know, like everything just worked out so well, and then New York is just so beautiful. So I want to just be here.
New York's a special place.
Yeah, it is.
There's something I know everybody said, like, but there's like you get.
Oh, dude.
You get why people write songs about, like, you get like what, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
There's something about like this city that is like, it's like in a lot of ways like a dysfunctional hellscape, but in other ways it's just like this beautiful cauldron of creativity, and like people from all over the world are just like, I'll fucking go to New York and figure it out.
It's crazy how like a bunch of people could tell you how scary other places are. They'll be like, don't go there, it's so scary. Like we witnessed that on this trip too, saying that we might get hurt, people are gonna press us, like going through here. But that ended up being the most loved place we've been to, like the Navajo reservation. People are telling us be careful about going in there, they're so territorial. And then we're like going in there like, oh, what's gonna happen? But we're like, yeah, it shouldn't be that bad, you know, like we're just gonna push it there. But that's the most amount of love we got in this whole trip. Like it's in Arizona. It's like this reservation. It was so beautiful. We met so many kind souls there. Like it was just amazing. It felt like home. Like it felt like home right there. And I was like, man, people are tripping. Like everywhere has a bad spot. It's good and bad everywhere, you know. So it's like, let's just go. And if you're just a good person overall, like you're gonna attract all that. If you're going in there, you're in the gang or something, you're gonna attract all the gang members. You're gonna look for problems. But God knows what could happen. Anything could happen. We were fully accepting of like, if we get hit by a car and die, we're gonna die here. Like if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And we fully said that like out loud. And like, yeah, it's just like whatever happens, happens. It's a time. But we weren't afraid. Like we just felt safe. I felt like.
I have a question. What's the funniest times, like funniest experience that you had out there?
Dude.
Like,
I'm so happy you asked that question, because I was literally thinking that in my head. I was like, dude, we had to get to a funny part.
I wanted to get into some of the actual trip.
Yeah, you just read my head. That's crazy.
I feel like we've laughed the hardest with Luke.
Luke is a character, bro.
It's just so funny. It's crazy.
He has an
like,
analogy for every single thing.
from movies.
Like from movies. He's like,
I was gonna get into that. Like what? Can you give
like,
me an example?
dude, I feel like you spent more time with him.
Like Home Alone. Like even just being out here, like just the simple fact, because like he was getting like he reads all the comments, and he read this one comment. They're like, how did Luke survive that whole time out in New York? Because we sent him out here from St. Louis, because he pushed with us through all of Missouri. He was with us as well.
Yeah.
And there's this one comment that said, how did Luke survive that whole time while y'all was pushing to New York? And he just responded, I was chilling with the pigeon lady.
From Home Alone.
And it's just like, you know, like his optimistic and like.
Oh man, yeah, Luke has a story, dude. He has a story, and like we met Luke on pushing through Parker, Arizona. Okay. We barely about to enter Parker. It's like the borderline from California and Arizona. He was right in the middle of that. He was one of the skater kids out there.
Jay Orio.
What's up, bro?
I've been fucking searching everywhere for you fools.
What's up, G? How's it going?
And he let us stay at his house. We were pushing in the darkness. He's like, come sleep behind my house. We slept outside.
It was in his backyard.
We slept in his backyard and then took a shower in his house. And then he was like, man, I want to push with y'all. And he was saying how bad he wanted to come with us and drop his, like, whatever he had going on. And we were like, come push with us, bro. Like, we kept pushing, like we kept like telling him, like, it's okay, come with us. Mm-hmm. And then so he pushed like 14 point something miles with us the first day. And he's like, I'm gonna go home. We exchanged numbers and everything because he was so cool. And then throughout, we kept pushing and pushing through different states. He's like, bro, I'm still thinking about coming. I'm gonna catch up to you guys. And we're like, okay, come catch up. And then he meets us in Kansas City. He takes the bus from Parker all the way to Kansas City. He gets there before us, and we push into there. And he takes a picture of us. We're in Chipotle, and then he's like, caught y'all. And we're like, no way, Luke, get out of here, bro.
That's lit.
What the? Bro. Dude, you made it.
But like the whole time we were conversating with him, so we told him it's okay to come out. We're like, yeah, bro, if you can make it out, you're more than welcome to come out here. So it wasn't really a surprise, but it was a surprise when he just bought the ticket. We're like, oh, it's real. And he's taking like a 19-hour bus ride to us. Damn. Like,
yeah, you've attracted other crazy people who will fucking get on a bus.
Oh, yeah.
That's love right
His
there.
story was so sick.
You're gonna have like a gang of you guys and just randomly 25 people just take off across the country on foot or something.
And that's a vision for sure.
Travel team.
It was so cool to have a third person there. Like, just bouncing his energy. And then every time in the hotel, we had a funny night. This fool was just walking. Like, he would fold his feet in a certain way and walk. Like, it was funny.
And it was just like he was a character. He was like just finding ways to make us laugh. And that was just like it was a spark. Like it was a spark.
That's Luke right there.
He even
We're at the art.
Wait,
Yeah.
can you
St.
call
Louis.
him?
Huh?
Can you call him? You think he would answer?
You can't call Luke?
Yeah,
I'll call Luke.
I mean, yeah.
I'll call Luke.
Okay.
oh
You just wake up.
No, I was just sitting here watching some of the videos.
Yo! Is he on video?
dude, yeah, he's on video. Look at meet these folks, brother. We're right here doing a little interview together, and we were just talking about how some of the most funniest times we've had were with you.
Yo,
This is
what's
Luke.
up?
What's up?
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Luke, my name's Colin. I'm like interview guy. First of all, are you cool with us using you in the video here?
Yeah, that's all good, dude.
Cool. I just want to, consent. So like, basically they told me that they kind of linked up with you randomly, and then you kind of like tagged along for a while. Like what, I don't know, just sort of like tell me what about the experience, what made you want to do that? What about the experience was like, what did you get from it? Like just give me some thoughts on your whole journey with them.
My whole journey with them, like when I first met them on day 7, that night, like I had barely just found out about them doing the push, and I was like, damn, these guys are really about to skate across America. And I started watching the videos and like hearing how the aspect of what they were taking from it, even in those beginning days, and it inspired me. and I was going through a lot of family stuff and just stuff in life that I just wasn't really able to deal with back at home where I was living at the time. And for me, going out there, I wanted to do it for myself mainly, to test my own willpower and just let myself, I don't know, breathe away from everything. And being out there with these guys and the way they, like the night when I met them, having a long conversation, and I don't know, I just felt like there was a reason why I met these guys. Absolutely. Like it felt like God brought me or them into my life, and it just like, I don't know, it was a weird connection, and I didn't really want to just like lose it. And I understood like how they invited me. They were like, Luke, like, you feel like you need this trip too. And it was dope that they encouraged me, and they kept in contact with me the whole rest of the way up until I picked up with them until Kansas City. And then getting there, yeah, I'm just like, I did learn a lot on this trip about like getting in touch with God, even if it wasn't for the exact days that I did push. Just even in that moment, I learned a lot about myself, more than I probably could have in a really long time. And then having them by my side for a lot of the stuff that happened, and me not being out there for a certain reason with my grandma dying, it's they always had my back either way, and they kept me out there safe. And I don't know, I just feel like I made two brothers that I'll probably never lose.
Hell yeah, dude. The whole theme of this trip for everybody, it seems, has been like this connection and this finding yourself and getting away from something so that you can sort of be reborn, like mentally, you know? Yeah, I asked him about that directly earlier, just like, why did you do this? And that's it's there's a lot of wisdom in your guys' experience, I think. And I wonder for anybody who sees this, you know, might be something to try. Get away from it all. Take a risk, take a chance, and you never know what might happen.
Yeah, I've heard of a couple of people already, like even just like the fans that I see on the comments and stuff, like I was telling Jay the night when you guys completed, like you guys are changing so many people's lives. Like hearing my older brother that I don't even really talk to very much, he was saying that he found that all even inspiring. Like he was just like, it's dope seeing these guys do that like every day. Like there's not a lot of people that even want to just get up and go to work in an aspect, and a lot of people, even if it's not being on a skateboard, what I learned was you just got to keep pushing, like through every emotion. And no matter what you end up in life, either you're sad, feeling happy, like you always have that next day to push again. Even if it's like just not on a skateboard, just pushing through life is the only aspect of what I learned from this, is just going forward. There's no going back.
Fight them demons.
Yeah, exactly.
Fight them demons, bro.
This has all been super, super beautiful, man. I love it.
He knows about fighting them demons.
Hell yeah. Well, maybe we got to meet up with Luke someday, you know?
Yeah, Luke's going to come back. He's going to go to LA. He's going to push from Parker to California to LA.
Wow.
That's his journey.
That's crazy.
Yep, it's the next one for me.
Yeah, he wants to do it. He's really about it. He just, you know, it's just, everything just happened so quick, and bro, he's gonna go on his own pace and just kill it. I know he is. So
I'm wishing you the best of luck in all the synchronicities that may come your way, my friend.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you guys.
go, brother. Hey, I will give you a call after this, bro.
Okay, for sure, brother.
Oh my God, I look cooked. All right, bro. Peace.
What did you draw, real quick?
Dude, can we call one more person?
Yeah,
Of course.
I love this.
I want to call Brandon. This is a guy that we met in Arizona as well. Yeah, we met this guy named Brandon. He was like also one of the funny parts of this whole trip. He's like, he was a character. Everyone loved him. This guy was like so funny. When we first met him, he picked us up in his Camaro, and then he's like,
Wait, what? Camaro?
He had like a cool Camaro. He's like, I like driving fast. He was just driving hella fast and everything. So like, this is on our rest day. We had a rest day.
And he let us drive tractors too.
Yeah, he let us drive his work tractor. I filmed it all, so you could probably find that in there.
Okay.
See this side? Pull backwards. This one? Pull that. All the way up? Yeah. No, either way. I just want you to know how to control it. Now down. Now side to side. Now the other joystick. joystick. Pull up a little bit. There you go. Now. There you go.
We get to his house. He's like riding this tractor. We get in the tractor. I'm doing fucking like little spins in it. We're driving up and down in it, and then I give it to Oreo. I'm like, here, you get in it, bro. He gets in it, and he's like, take it over there in the woods. Oreo's going through the woods and everything. He's like, just going down. And then this is hill going up, and Oreo tries riding up it, and the tractor just feels like this, like sideways.
It's starting to flip.
Oh, like a cow tip.
And then Brandon's like, oh, he's about to flip it.
So chill, like it was just crazy, dude.
Oh my god. Look at the Oreo. Oh my god. That looks so funny, bro.
Oh no, he might flip it going that way.
Uh-oh.
Don't do it.
No.
And after he gets in it, Brandon gets in it, takes it to the next to his car again. He gets the little digger. You know how the tractor has like a digger, you pick up the dirt? Yeah. He puts it under his truck. He lifts his truck and everything. I'm like, oh my god, just filming it, because I did not expect that.
And then broke his headlight.
And then he broke his headlight.
Watch yourself.
Uh-oh. He's gonna do something funny. Oh my god! Bro, this is picking up his truck! What is going on? Bro! Oh! Oh, you think? We're in the Wild Wild West. Huh?
I just took it off, that's all.
Oh, okay.
I disconnected it.
Damn, brother.
And he was just so sick. He was a cool character. He followed us. He made sure we're okay. He pushed us up our first huge major hill. It was a mountain. He helped us like.
Oh God, yeah, hills on a skateboard. I mean, it's hard enough on a bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, call as much people as you want. We have an hour and a half.
I'm gonna call this guy. Hopefully he answers. He's gonna be so hyped. I don't think I've called him since we made it. Hopefully he answers, bro. Brandon, don't flop.
You think
this.
he'd be working like right now? Imagine.
Oh, it's like 3 something. He'd be answering when he works.
Yeah, for real. He does like concrete and stuff.
Yeah, he'd call us on work. He'd be like, hey, my boy here say he watches your videos. He's like, what up, man? Yo. Hey.
Yo.
Hey, you're all good, bro. Hey, right now we're doing an interview and we're talking about you right now. Are you okay with being on camera and just like sharing something real quick, or you have no time? Real quick.
I'm working, but yeah, man. Gosh, you hit me up like that.
Yeah, bro, you got it. All right, real quick.
All right, what's up?
Look. This is the homies.
What's up, dude?
What's up?
Good to meet you.
We're telling them how cool you were, bro. Like you're a part of the best moments of this whole trip. Yeah, dude.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
What's up, man?
What's up, man?
Yeah, so we're telling about the tractor moment when you're like letting us use your tractor and everything, and then we wanted to ask you like, how was the trip for you, bro? That this us and like coming into your house and you and us allowing us to see your family and everything. Like, how was that whole experience for you?
Honestly, it's been one of the most positive things that's happened this year, and just following your journey and everything you guys have been doing and what you've been talking about on your journey has actually helped me in my life. Especially with the acceptance part. You know, you were talking about that recently, you and Oreo just coming with acceptance with a lot of things. So it was more than just you coming here and meeting me. It was just overall everything that you've been doing, I mean, in your life that everybody can apply to their lives. So, I don't know. And you guys coming here was awesome. We had a great time, man. You know?
Yeah, we did.
You know?
Yeah, we did, bro.
Yeah, there's no. So as far as that goes, man, I mean, that was what it was. You seen it on camera.
Yeah, dude, they go find out.
I mean, they see most of it on camera.
Yeah, no, we're gonna show a lot of this
they're
stuff.
gonna show it and everything. Bro.
I didn't even know any of this happened, so this is a whole random thing, and I'm excited to watch some of this.
Yeah, dude. We just told him everything about like we're just talking about the great moments and everything like that, and I'm happy you're skating, bro. This fool sent me a video of him skating, and he's
taking it up like new skater.
I'm sorry, Brandon. I'm sorry, bro.
You can show that, but just not on camera, please. All right, man. Too bad I couldn't be there with you doing it.
Nah, you're good, bro. You're good. Enjoy yourself.
You're here in spirit.
Yeah. I mean, you're here. You're
here. What do you mean?
You're in the video, dude.
Yes, dude.
Take care.
Love you,
All right,
bro.
hit me up later.
Love you, bro.
Bye. Love you, man.
That fool's funny.
Dude, I love that. It's sick. That you fucking, I never would have thought of
It's
it.
555 now.
And it's why I need you. And yeah.
Yeah, dude, he's awesome.
We've talked a lot about like, which is what I was more interested in, is how this affected you and what your goal was and everything. But I am a little curious about just like the raw 3-dimensional physical aspect of like how many wheels did you go through? You know what I mean? Like I was just like,
So we both only used one set. Jay's wheel literally broke in half.
yeah, I imagine something. Yeah, like
Yo, look. So, dude, where my bag? I could show you it too. Okay, I'll grab it right now. But so this is a wheel I had to use, so I changed out. So this is my wheel right now. These are the ones. But this is
some about to fall off too.
This is dude, look at the wheels right now because of the rain.
Oh my god.
But
yeah, it's all rusted out.
Yeah, so this is someone else's wheel that let me use, and I wanted to use the wheels all the way. One set. Sorry, I'm gonna get off frame for a bit.
Fine.
But and then this is the other wheel. After I bombed the hill.
You hold it up to the camera here.
After I bombed the hill, we're riding flat, and it just ended up. I felt it like breaking. I was like, "What's happening right now?" And it just completely fell off. And we super glued it.
Yeah, we tried to super glue it.
Hold that close. Look at that.
That's super glued. Like
Yeah, we put it super glue in it, and we put it under a refrigerator
Wait, hold on. Let me get the photo.
so it can have that pressure.
There you go. Look at that. That's wild, dude.
This is the one that blew up.
That
So
thing
that's
is chewed up.
yeah, dude. It's chewed up.
but it got you. It got you from.
It got me
where
here.
you needed to go.
But also, I put on these other wheels. These other wheels I put on for only 90 miles because we were going uphill. And I was like, dude, I can't skate these wheels going uphill right now. And then once we got flat, put them back on. These are the big trekkers.
The big trekkers.
So shout out to Alex. He gave us some wheels, and we had so many people give us wheels, and I had to like decline them because I was like, I want to use these wheels. But for some reason, I took these ones. I don't know why. I took these ones. So for 90 miles, I used these wheels. And then after I put those ones back on, I was like, I want to push all the way across with the ones I started with. So that was like my acceptance because my ego was so like, I'm riding with one wheel all the way.
Yeah.
And then I was like, once I was struggling so bad, I'm like, I'm accepting that I'm gonna have to change wheels for a bit. And I did. And it didn't really hurt me as bad as I thought it would. I was just like, okay, whatever. This is only 90 miles. So.
Only 90 miles.
Yeah. Only 90 miles you can need wheels.
It's just like.
And yeah, now when I get back home, I'm just gonna hang this board or leave it somewhere. Probably leave it there, and then
I mean, that's a collector's item, man. Now.
yeah, put it on the walls and
Yeah. You should just retire that and like.
yeah, just leave it right there. Shout out.
Yeah.
Gotta put this back before I forget it.
You guys had said, what's the most miles you give in a day?
118.
118 miles.
Yes.
I forgot about it. Oh,
I just want like 118. Most people can't like run a mile.
Dude, and as we were doing this trip, there was like 3 other people that we knew of that's posting on social media actively about it that were going cross countries in different ways. There's a guy named Anton walked barefoot across America from LA to New York, and then there was a guy named Dead Scout that ran across the country with a black helmet, all black outfit. And then there was another guy named Ryu or something. I forgot. He's like a Japanese guy.
Yeah.
He's a homie too. Like he communicates with me. They all communicated with me. But it was those 3 people. He rode a bike from New York to LA. I saw a couple messages saying like, "Oh, I'm doing this right now." People are walking across America as we speak.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Someone messaged me saying that they're walking with their fiance right now. And like, remember that person I told you? I was supposed to meet up with them. I felt so bad because it was so busy, but. Yeah, I think he proposed to his fiance while walking across the country.
Wow.
And yeah, he was texting me and letting me know he wanted to meet up, but I don't know, it just didn't really align because how much stuff we're doing. But yeah, shout out to everybody who crossed the country in their own ways. Like I wish I would have ran into them, but as we're doing it, we were all actively doing it at one time for like 3 weeks. Like we're all crossing the country.
That's crazy.
And then they were finishing one by one. First the barefoot guy, then it was Dead Scout, and then there was Ryo, and then it was us.
I would love to know a little more about like some of the, like you just said, that like you mentioned it when we talked last night a little bit, but like what are some of the craziest like stretches you had to go? I mean, like you're saying, I mean, it's like I drive a lot, I travel, around and just alone in my van a lot, and it's like I mean, it's just like I've been, going out to Tennessee or whatever, and it's just mile, it's just nothing. You know, it's just nothing. There's no rest stop. I mean, I've been like gonna fall asleep and crash my car, and I'm like, somebody, God, please, somewhere I can pull my car over. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm gonna die. Like, there should be a law that mandates that there's like every 30 miles or 30 minutes or something. That, like, I'm gonna die. Like, I'm falling asleep. Like, yeah, just like I've slept in like Walmart parts, Stop and Shop, anything that's big enough to just like disappear into the corner, and I'm just I just like anyway. But like, so I can only imagine like, on a skateboard in the winter. Like, why did you choose this time of year?
So that was the spontaneous part.
I didn't even know what time it was. Like that day, I didn't know what date we were on.
I didn't think it would get this cold.
It made it better too.
I do gotta say, yeah, it did. If anybody is ever driving through the Mojave Desert from Joshua Tree to Arizona, pack snacks and water in your car.
There's a Taco Bell before you leave 29 Palms. You guys should get some Taco Bell.
Yeah.
The last Taco Bell for 600 miles.
Damn near. It's like 100, like 140, 150. Yeah, just pack that.
The cold. You'll die.
Yeah, you'll die.
And so like
The cold part.
We got saved. We pushed up into like, we were still in the middle of nowhere. We're tired. It was dark. And we're like, should we just rest here? And then the homie Echo came and brought us some tangerines, brought us coconut water, and then some snacks. And we're like eating cheese, like cheese snacks. And we're like, thank you so much. And that's the guy that we, the second guy he talked about, I think. But
yeah, he
taught us about the constellations and all the different types of stars. We could see Jupiter, we could see Saturn. All
view must have been beautiful out there, because like out here, like there's no star. You don't see space out here.
Oh yeah, we saw everything.
It was unreal.
It's like you're pushing. Yeah, like it was looking up and we're like, whoa, see some shooting stars all the time.
I've always thought that like, light pollution is something you don't notice or think about a lot.
He hates lights.
Right. So like, I think, and I mean this, like, I'll take this opportunity to put my theory out there. Like, I think we would be better people if everybody could see space every night. Yeah. Because like, imagine you're in some like drunken bar fight about some stupid bullshit, and you stumble outside, and you're like, whoa.
Just be like, hey, look up.
Are we like,
look up.
What the fuck is that? Where are we? Like, is this worth it? You know what I mean? And it's like, we just can't see space, man. I want to see space again.
Yeah. You see the guy, you can see like the little Milky Way. You can see all that, dude.
Yeah. For most of our history, dude, most of our history, that was like every single night until 100 years ago ish. There were no, it was just, I mean, when you see pictures of like what it really looks like, it's like somebody threw a paint bucket. Like it's just endless, like billions of stuff. Like just, it's all gone. We can't see it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Go look. Anybody, go Google night sky without light pollution. Like, there's only a couple places left on Earth where you can actually get like away far enough from all the cities and stuff to have like zero. Like, there's, I don't know. It just bothers me.
No, I feel that. And one of those places is in the Mojave Desert.
Hecko taught us how to take the 10-second
exposure,
pic.
yeah.
Yeah, and we'll do that.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the camera's not gonna see that, but
Just email it to me.
yeah, I can do that too. But yeah, he taught us how to do that. He showed us all that. We met the mayor, bro. We met the mayor of this town.
The dog.
Met the mayor. Bro, there's so many things, bro.
Did you bring tents or like water?
So
or,
then
I just like wonder, because I know it's like you had people coming in and helping you out, but like there's got to be parts where you just were like stuck in the middle of nowhere, like.
And that was in Mojave Desert, and this is like purely like this is where my faith is just like overflowed, because we were set out every single night. Before we left, we bought a tent to sleep in that tent every night. We had no we were like no hotels type deal, like, because we were just like, we were focused on that. And so then the first night, slept in Knops. Second night, we had a friend that had came from Oakland who was coming to a Patti Smith concert going into Joshua Tree. And so then we were able to stay there for 2 nights. And then the fourth night was with, fourth night was with Echo. And then that next night is when we slept in the tent in the Mojave Desert. And after that, experiencing that, like, every single night for the rest of the trip, we had somewhere to stay.
That tent was a 1-person tent.
Oh yeah,
This fool kicked me in the morning.
I did.
Hard.
Because I had a dream that Brian was coming at me with a knife. Because
Wait, I want to hear about this.
okay, so then
Brian?
yes,
You saw the video?
both the Brian that both of you met. So earlier when we were pushing in the Mojave Desert, Brian goes and he has Jay's location, so he parks like a mile or two up ahead, like off in
My
like
roommate.
the freaking ducks of like just the desert. So we can't really see, but then from the distance I see somebody just run across the street in like a white outfit with like red on it, and I think Jay saw it too, and he was like, dude, that dude looked bloody. And
Oh,
like,
watch your mic, dude.
oh, okay. And so then he was like,
I'm just gonna put it back on you.
Oh, it's fell?
We won't have any audio for the story. I'm gonna move it up here. I was just gonna do
Dang it, Brian.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just gonna let this go here. Let's just put it here.
Brian,
No, it's
energy.
here we go. All right, we're good. There we go. All right, no, continue.
okay.
But he was trying to scare us,
Yeah.
like in this manner, and like he drove so far, like 3 to 4 hours to come scare us and everything. Got a whole costume. We saw him in the distance running. We're like, we didn't know it was him. We're like, who is out here in the middle of the desert? And we're like, there's someone. We're like, we swear we saw someone run across, and we're just like looking. There's no houses, just mountains and desert. And we're just like, okay, we're gonna sit here. We sat down
Because we were hungry.
Yeah, we were hungry.
Like, yeah, that was why we sat down. We were gonna eat.
He had a little portable stove and some army food or like
Yeah, it was like
portable food.
those dry food. You just pour water in it.
Yeah, you just boil it. We did that. We ate some beans or whatever it was, and then we stood there for like 45 minutes to almost an hour, and we're like, all right, we should get up now. And we got up and we started pushing. And I'm gonna start filming just in case something happens. And as I'm like pushing closer, I see someone in the bushes, and he comes out in that clown costume. And he's like, have that fake knife. He's just standing there like that. And I'm like, yo, whoa, buddy, whoa,
Keep in
whoa.
mind, I have a real knife on me.
He has a real knife on him.
I'm already. It's already out at this point.
Dude, the guy that came back. So as we're pushing towards the bush, sorry, we're going a little back.
No, yeah.
We're pushing towards the bush before we even see Brian. This guy's like, he's recognizes us. You guys are skateboarders. We're like, yeah. Take a picture. We leave. He leaves, and then we keep pushing. We're almost there, and he's like, yo. He comes back around, makes a U-turn. He's like, there's a guy over there. He's like wearing a white. He looks kind of bloody. Like, I just want to let y'all know, like, if you keep pushing, there's someone right there hiding in the bushes. And I'm like, oh shoot. He's like, here. And he gives me a knife. He's like, you guys might need this. And then he has one already too. He's like, just you never know. I'm like, okay. So that's
Just a blind guy, like
random dude. He was so cool.
not just a guy. Like, be careful. Like, he's covered in blood.
Yeah, and then that's when we started pushing. And I pull up.
And you're just like, that's cool. We'll figure it out. Like, thanks for the knife, bro. I guess I'll just kill somebody.
Yeah.
I guess they're just getting in a knife fight. Like, all right, well, we're going that way. So, fucking
Knife fight in the desert. What's up, bro?
Do you realize I would say, like, do you
I
realize
see it now. I did not think of that before, but I see the
You're just like, it's
scenario
whatever.
happening in my
That
head.
would be good.
Like, here's a knife. Go at it, bro. It's straight ahead.
Fucking sprayed knife fighter. Like, what is
What's up, bro? Oh yeah, so we push up there. I'm filming, and then I'm like, "Yo, buddy, watch out! Like, what are you doing?" And then he's standing there walking a little. He walks like that, and I'm like backing up. I'm like, "Oh shoot!" And Orio's like right behind me, holding his knife, ready. And then he starts doing the Dougie. My friend starts doing the Dougie. I was like, "No way!" I'm like, "Brian!" And he just takes it off. He starts laughing. He's like, "Man, that guy ruined it, did he?" You know, I was like, "Yeah." He came back and told us something. He's like, "Man, we waited here for so long," and he's like, "This guy just ruined the whole prank." God, we saw someone walking across the street, but there was nothing here. Like, there's no houses here. It's literally nothing. So we're tripping out to see who was walking across the street. And when we found that guy, he said he was. So he might be somewhere in here. I don't know. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, buddy. Oh, Brian, I knew it, bro. My God, bro. Some guy just gave me a knife. Bro, I got so scared, bro. I got so scared. I was like, dude, we were ready. He told us, like, there's some guy hiding. He has red stuff all over him.
I told this dude. Before I even saw that guy.
Dude, my heart dropped, bro. I was talking to.
I was like, the one thing I don't happen is to talk to them this way to like warn them because there's been a bunch of nice people.
Honestly, if that didn't happen, he probably would have jumped out the bushes
He got
scared you
stabbed.
He might
guys
have
and got
died. That's
stabbed.
crazy, dude.
Imagine.
Dude, yes, that, like, you think of that, and that's what I told him. Like, Brian almost killed you, brother.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Like, I was ready, dude.
So then he got traumatized.
I'm like
by that.
in the middle of processing this story as you like listen to it. Like,
Nah, but that's like real shit though. Like,
no, like that guy being there. You talk about somebody putting somebody in the right. Like that guy being there might have saved that dude's life.
nah, him being there and giving Jay the knife kind of made it like even more eerie.
Yeah, he gave
Because
him
you
that.
just saw him, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, there's a guy that looked bloody running away in the bushes. Watch out." Did that tweak out more?
Yeah, well, like, Brian was not in my mind.
Yeah,
I didn't even know.
It's a random dude, like a tweaker.
Yeah, I would have been tweaked.
That reminds me of like those horror films, or like
And he just
even
drives
just
away.
those people, those
Yeah.
clowns that come out in Halloween.
Yeah.
No, completely.
He was talking about
I
it for
felt
a
that
few
way.
days. He was talking about it for a few days. He's like, man, I could have killed Brian, bro.
Yeah, because that was
Yeah,
so...
you would have had to live with that.
So I
Like,
dreamt about it that night in the one-person tent, and Brian was coming at me again, and I kicked him in my dream, and ended up kicking Jay in his shoulder.
We're sleeping. We're sleeping like my head is over here, his head is over here. So his boot was like, yeah, like straight kicked me in the shoulder. I was like, what the? You know what I mean? Like
I woke up so startled.
he's like, my bad, bro.
He felt bad though.
He did feel bad. Like
Yeah, he was like...
he's on. He came out. He flew out here.
God, that's
Shout out to homies. All
that's
coming out.
fucking crazy.
Was that the scariest moment?
No. It was
Yeah, talk about
Yeah,
yeah.
Adrian experience was
The what?
gnarly. Adrian.
Adrian.
This is the Adrian experience.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. This
That's the
one's
name
like...
of the horror movie we're gonna make.
No,
out of it.
this is, like,
The
more
Adrian
real.
Experience.
Like, it's not a scary experience, but it's a real experience that makes you like, oh.
It was like traumatic, kind of.
Yeah, it was.
I'm not sure whether traumatic for you in a way.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Just because like I understood like more of what was happening, like, and I just kind of like accepted instantly that, like, because I mean we're always bombing hills. It happened bombing a hill, you know.
What was?
Yeah.
I mean, what
so
happened?
so we're pushing in
Okay,
Arizona.
talk about
We're in Navajo Reservation, right?
Yeah, we were in Chinle.
We're in Chinle.
Coming into Chinle.
And this kid,
Beautiful sunsets, by the way.
this guy Adrian comes up. He's like, bro, I've been watching your videos, Jay, before you started doing this. I was like, yo, you got your board? You want to come push with us? He's like, yeah. And his girl was there, and his dad, or what, I forgot was there. His family was there though.
Wheels and all.
I have two. I have the one like that, but I'm gonna be smart.
What's your name?
Adrian?
Adrian.
Yeah, Adrian.
Nice to meet you. Hi. My name is Jay. Nice to meet you guys.
And then, yeah, so he starts pushing, and his family leaves, and we give him a vest and everything so he can be safe because it's getting dark. And we're pushing for like 5 miles or so, talking about life and how skateboarding is for him. He's screaming like, skate or die, like having the best time of his life.
Yeah.
And we're all just laughing, just having a good time. And then he's like, there's a big hill over here, like super big, really steep. And we're like, oh, we got this. Like, we bomb hills, like we've been doing it. And then we told him, like, you got it? He's like, yeah. And then I filmed this. It's all on camera too. We get to the hill finally, and we're like, oh, this is the hill. He's like, yeah. So we all start bombing it. And keep in mind, me and Oreo, when we don't know a hill, like there could be a pothole over there. So, and especially in the dark, we're gonna have our foot down the whole way because you can't see. We don't know what's in front of us. So we're having our foot down. We're going pretty fast, but we're controlled. Adrian's just bombing it all the way, no stop.
On a little board like this.
A little board, and this fool's just, you see him
All
like
those
this.
little ones. Yeah.
Yeah, he's wobbling. Yeah, he had a little board, and he was going quick. And I'm like, Adrian, like just laughing because it looks fun in the moment. And I'm like, oh, watch out, Adrian. And this fool starts getting the speed wobbles,
No.
trips, going fast, bro. And he tumbles, smacks his head on the floor, and then he's knocked out on the floor.
Your helmet on? I'm assuming no.
This is a busy highway.
He started bleeding.
He passed out, and then he was like unconscious, and then he started like he kind of I know I saw he was seizing in a way, like he was just like seizing out
I've seen
for
it,
a bit,
yeah.
and then his body was getting stiff, and he was just on the floor, and then as he's on the floor, it's pitch black dark. We're freaking out. We're like, what the fuck do we do? Like calling ambulance, and we're
There's
on the phone.
nothing around to signify where we're at to the ambulance.
On the high, yeah.
There's a cars coming above the hill. We're down here in the hill, and there's cars coming above going fast. They can't see us, and this fool's on the floor like bleeding out. and I had to take my shirt off, get the
And a car came like this close to his head.
and they almost hit us going like 70 miles an hour. And I'm waving them down. I'm like, watch out. I had the light on my face. I'm like doing this with my shirt. I'm like, go around, go around. They're just barely missing us. So many cars. And we pick up his body. It was like picking up a dead body.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Put it in the side. And then these cars are still flying by us. And we're like trying to call someone. And you could tell this part because when you called that dude.
So then earlier in that day, in that push, we were maybe like 30 miles outside of that location, and we had went to, we had met this guy. He was like an overseer of like the whole Navajo reservation for ambulance, for cops. He was like, if you guys need anything, let me know. And so in that sense, I was like, I didn't think I would need this guy's number, you know? And so like, if it wasn't for meeting that guy, I would have not had a way to like contact us, like an official, because when we called 911 from that spot, they were saying, oh yeah, we can't come right now. We're cleaning out the ambulance. Like, and so then on top of that.
Picture. When the ambulance was there.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
I'll put it up.
That's how it was. And there was more, but yeah.
The fear of like you could lose your friend.
So what happened? So is he okay?
So then, yeah. So then for, in that moment, once he like became conscious again, he was ready to push. But there was no way like he was going to push. Like he was not like physically able
probably
to.
in shock. Like,
yeah.
probably doesn't even really know what's going on.
And he was like yelling, skate or die.
It was like this is us like trying to figure out. That's when he got back up and woke up, and then all the cops were there and everything. And then, yeah, we went to the hospital. We waited for him. There's like so in the video that you will see, I cut out the part right when he like hits his head because it gets like really graphic and everything.
Yeah.
So I cut that off, and then I asked for his permission and everything. I was like, "Is it still okay? You want me to post it?" He's like, honestly, I wouldn't mind if you post the whole thing, like post everything. I was like, for your sake, I'm just gonna post the part where you just smack your head and that's it. And then I asked for his family's permission. They said it's okay. And this is the next day. He called us that same night. He got out the hospital with a couple of staples in his head, and then we took a picture. He met us up at the hotel, and this is him right here. This is after. This is him, Adrian.
God damn, dude.
Yeah, and he was chilling. He was like, I'm sorry if I made anything like weird or like I don't mean to like scare you guys.
We're just glad you're okay.
Yeah, right.
We're just happy. We're like, dude, we're so
alive,
happy you're
man.
good. We're just hugging him. We're like, we love you, Adrian. He's like, I want to follow you guys. I still want to be a part of the journey. So it's 12 hours. He followed us
In the car.
and watching us, like escorting us, making sure we don't get hit. And then he was just screaming, skate or die. He still had that spirit.
And when the ambulance got there too, like the only way we were able to let them know is by the milepost. And so that was what Mike had directed me to go look for. And so the closest one was 443. And so then we told them we're like about half a mile up from that. And then that's how he was found.
Yeah, before he called him, I called the ambulance immediately when I stopped filming. And then I told him, like I was freaking out. I was like, so my friend has hit his head. Like, he's unconscious. He's seizing. Like, I need someone over here on this hill, like going into Chin Lee. And they're like, oh, we're just cleaning out the ambulance right now. Like, they're just saying that, like, they're cleaning the ambulance. And I was like, what the hell are we going to do? They're like, it might be a minute.
I wonder if you're just like in a one ambulance town or something.
Yeah, and then we were told that, I guess, like, if we just call 911 from right there, it could be somewhere in, like, Phoenix, or it could be anywhere in Arizona.
Right.
So it might be a long time till they get there. So I was already, like, having, like, anxiety, thinking, like, oh, shoot, what's going to happen if we don't get this guy, like, help immediately? But it worked out. Everything worked out, and I made a, like, I don't know, this might sound, like, really corny and weird. For me, it doesn't, but maybe to some people, if I were to say it. I made a video saying, like, everyone please pray for him, like, make sure he gets out of here immediately, like, this is something that has happened right now and we're all worried. I want to make sure he's okay. Everyone in the comments supported, like, just all people praying, like, we're praying for you and your family, making sure Adrian's going to be safe, leaving, like, real good prayers, like, getting in depth. And then he got out that same night, and I was just looking at that video and me saying what I said and reading all the comments. I was like, dude, like, I feel like these prayers, like, literally helped him to get out, because that felt pretty gnarly for someone just to walk out one night.
Yeah, who knows how it works, man? As you know, I always thought there's like I feel like there's a hive mind aspect to human consciousness that we work together towards things, and it's more than just multiple people doing stuff. Obviously, you know, more workers building goes up faster, but maybe it works the same way with thoughts.
Yeah, and then he definitely, it was more than just him being like getting out the hospital. Like he was good. Like he got out, he was like, yeah, dude, I'm good. Like I was just
now that being said, maybe helmet next time, and not just rely on the power of prayer to save your life again. Because please, everybody wear a helmet. I don't know why people don't wear helmets. Like it freaks me out. When I cracked my helmet, I went off a ramp when I was a kid, and it cracked in half. I would have the EMT said I would have died. Yeah. Like I was going off some ramp down a big hill on a bike, and like I cracked my helmet in half, like hanging.
Yeah, people asked us. They're like, "How come you guys don't wear helmets?" We were supposed to buy helmets too for the giveaway, but.
Like it is what it is. I'm just saying to anybody watching, like, please wear a fucking helmet. Like, there's cool looking ones if you care that much. Like, you know what I mean? Just like
Andy Anderson, he'd be wearing helmets.
Yeah. Like you don't. It's not worth. It doesn't. You can die from a fall, standing height. You know.
He sells them.
Yeah, we've covered a lot, man.
He has a lot. Yeah.
I hope this can serve as like some kind of definitive recap of your.
It's crazy
journey, man. You've gone through so many. We keep finding more stuff, you know.
It's crazy. It could keep going.
I got like 20 more minutes of card space, to be honest with you. So yeah, bro, it's gonna be a long one, but I think it's interesting, and I think people are gonna watch. You know.
Yeah.
Like,
hopefully they do, and hopefully they get inspired or whatever they want to do with this.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know, live your life, have fun, and just
keep on pushing.
Keep on pushing. That's what it is. That's what we're gonna.
You guys are like unique people. It's very the ability to just. You seem like you don't have much. Like fear going into this. You're just like when you're stuck out in the forest somewhere with nothing. I mean, you feel like freaked out.
Okay, so then in the middle of Kansas, in the middle of Kansas, it was literally pitch black. Like you could have your hand like this.
I've been in dark like that.
And
it's nuts,
dude. Yeah, so that one was just like it just felt nice to be able to have each other in a moment like that, because like. It represented so much too of like, you know, those dark parts of yourself that like you don't like mess with because like they're just so dark. And like that was like a physical representation. It's like we were walking through the most darkest part of our journey, and the only light we had was like on our like head. And so like that represented the light that God shines into our lives, and like we can turn away from that. You know, like we could, because we were able to turn it off and then it'd be pitch black. And so like that goes back to the choice that we have to follow love, to follow God, to follow the truth that you know exists within you, and to shed light on your darkness. And it's okay when things are dark, because there will always be some type of leak of light for you to see. You just have to look for it.
I think that's a perfect ending, man.
Yeah, it is.
I appreciate you guys taking the time to tell me your story, and like,
thank you.
I'm grateful for the opportunity to present it, and I'm couldn't think of a better two people to be the first interview on People I've Met.
Hopefully the resolution is good on it.
Oh, it's 4K as fuck, bro.
It's 4K.